Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, for joining us. So we'll just kick off while we wait for others to join. As always, I'd like to remind us that this is recorded and will be made available on our YouTube channel after the end of this session. Without wasting any time, I'd like to quickly introduce our facilitator today, who will be talking to us about the Cantant app. And I'd like to just start by reading her profile. Tobi Idogho is the founder and CEO of Cantant, a business intelligence software company loved by over 14,000 business owners in over 80 countries. And she has previously worked as a strategy consultant at Boston Consulting Group, where she honed her expertise in supporting medium, small, and uh, yeah, medium, small, and I think that's enterprises and all like little enterprises in the informal economy. And then also in this role, she has also advised several financial institutions on digital financial inclusion across over 10 African countries. She holds a bachelor's degree from the Duke University and an MBA from Harvard Business School. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any time, I'd like to pass the mic on to our facilitator today, Toby. Please, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm not quite sure what the format is, but because I can't really see who's here. But hi everyone, my name is Toby. I'm very excited to be hosting this session today. Yes, while we will talk about Cantant and all the great things it can do for you as a business owner, I would also like to start with just generally talking about money and how you manage your money as a business owner, common frustrations that people have, common mistakes that they make, and how to solve those problems. So I would like this to be as interactive as possible. So please feel free to unmute your mic and chime in if you have any thoughts or any questions I ask. So let me just share my screen. Can everyone see? Okay.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. So today we're talking about managing your finances for business success. What does that mean? In many ways, when people think about managing money, is very scary for many business owners because you're not an accountant. You didn't go to school to study finance. You started a business to sell something or to provide a service. You didn't sign up to spend all day recording numbers and counting them. It's a very, very painful topic for many business owners. So what does it mean to finally take charge of your finances as a business owner? Because just because it's annoying or just because it's exhausting doesn't mean you don't have to do it. In fact, I think the stats say 4 out of 5 businesses fail because of poor financial management. And I'll give you a profile of our typical business owner that we speak to or that we serve that makes up our 14,000 business owners. And you can let me know if you relate to any of these struggles. So let's talk about Jane. So Jane is a clothing entrepreneur in Abuja. She sells clothes. She sells fashionable clothes for women. She's very digitally educated. She sells online. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She's on WhatsApp. She's on all the platforms. But she's not a finance expert, right? And because of that, she's running her business with so many different tools. There is the accounting tool, then the inventory tool, then she's using a separate app for invoicing, a separate app for managing her customers, etc. And that's besides the Excel that she maybe uses or Google Sheets and maybe 3 different books that her sales staff might use. So there's a lot going on in her business, right? Because there's a lot going on, she spends 10 hours every single week manually recording or reconciling what's going on in terms of sales, expenses, inventory, etc. If you lose 10 hours a week on something and you multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, that's over 500 hours you spend doing this thing that's not actually selling or growing your business. She doesn't have an accountant to help her calculate or manage her finances. She's running the business by herself. Maybe she has one or two staff, but she doesn't have a full-time accountant to tell her, the business is doing great this week, this month, it's not doing great this month, etc. And because of that, of all of these factors, she has no idea how the business is doing, and she can't really predict financial problems until it's too late. I don't know if anyone can relate to this particular problem, because this resonates with many business owners. I think the biggest mistake we make, I think when we say business owners should manage their finances, what does that mean? And the way I try to break it down is, you're not an accountant. So let's just say we have 2 rules you must follow. There's 2 rules you must always remember, right? The first is that your sales is not your money. So if you think of your sales as a pie, many people focus on, I want to make 1 million naira in sales this month. I want to make 2 million naira in sales this month. I want to make 500K in sales this month. And they forget about the fact that there's this thing here called expenses that's just waiting to eat into the pie. And if you don't track your expenses properly, you're not actually going to understand your profits. And that's how you end up with, oh, I made so much money, but I don't know where the money is. Or I made so much money, and at the end of the month, my bank account is just empty. So that's the first rule. You should obsess about sales or about expenses as much as you obsess about sales, because that determines how much money you have at the end of the day. So that's the first principle I would like us to go forward with. The second is, maybe I underestimated, but there's 3 other things that you must think about, right? To put it simply, money in must be greater than money out. So the money you get from sales must be more than the money that goes out of your business. 2, small expenses. So your rent is one thing, your equipment costs are one thing, your salaries are one thing, and many people focus on that. But what actually kills most businesses are expenses they can't see. So food costs here, transport here, packaging, labeling, things like that, electricity, utilities. Those things are actually the ones you should obsess and worry about the most, because if you don't get them right, then they will keep nipping at your money, and then your money keeps disappearing. And then the third is, when people say, I want to run a profitable business, they typically think about this in terms of, I want my entire business to be profitable. But there is something that comes before that, and that's your products that you sell or your services that you offer must be profitable first before your business can be profitable. So many people will say, oh, because I was trying to make sales, I bought this pen for 10 naira, but because I was trying to make sales, I gave everybody a discount and I sold it for 9 naira. Yes, you sold 100 million pens, but you made a loss on every single one of them. And 100 million times 0 or even minus is still minus. So you didn't make much money. So as a business owner, as much as you obsess about profits at the business level, you want to also obsess about profits on the product level as well. And once we go into the session, I will show you how Cantant helps you do this quite seamlessly. So I was hoping to turn this to the crowd, or to everyone who's here, and ask, how do you manage your finances today? And feel free to put this in the chat. What tools do you use? Excel, QuickBooks, Soho Books? I'm just trying to get a sense of what tools you use today. Also, feel free to unmute your mic. The more the merrier.
Okay, so for me, I actually use the Cantant app. That's what I use to manage.
We love to hear that. Yay.
So
what did you use before Cantant?
Oh, okay, yeah, I use it to manage I have a logistics business called Drop. So I actually use the app to manage the finances of the business. It helps me track where our money is going and who the money is coming from. So
yeah. So amazing. Cool. So many people use a bunch of different things before they're lucky enough to find Cantant, right? People use all sorts of tools. There's QuickBooks, there's Zoho Books, there's FreshBooks, there's all the books, there's Excel. Some people just stick to Google Sheets and do the one they know. There's people that just do pen and paper because that's also what they're comfortable with. There's a range of tools you can use, right? But the problem with keeping it manual and doing I just want to stick to my pen and paper and Excel and books that I know, is there's 5 big things I would say are the problem. 1, you lose, like I said before, you lose 10 hours every single week to doing this. And it might seem ridiculous, but think about it. Every day you come back from the shop or you're trying to close down the day, you're spending 1.5 hours or 1 hour in the evening trying to understand what happened in the business that day and trying to calculate. The next morning, you're starting to spend another 30 minutes before you start for the day on understanding what's happening as well. 10 hours in a week is a lot. 500 hours in a year should not happen. That's valuable time you could spend selling to customers, building your products, scaling your business, etc. The third problem is the more manual you are, the more you lose your records. So your customers are sitting in a different place. Your sales records are sitting in a different place. Your invoicing records are sitting in a different place. Your inventory records are sitting in a different place. Everything is just everywhere, right? And this is not unique to Nigerian businesses. This is a global business, small business problem, in that most people have all of their information sitting in many different places. And when that happens, you don't have 100% picture of your business. So you can't wake up in the morning and say, these are the people that are owing me today, and these are the customers, and I know how to contact them because I have their information all in the same place. Many businesses can't do that, right? The fourth one is the risk of theft and loss. So let's talk about inventory. That's a very big topic for many business owners who have staff. 60% of the inventory that small businesses lose is due to employee theft from lack of tracking. So if you're not tracking your inventory properly, you're 60% likely to lose that, to lose some of your products to employee theft. So this is a big one. And then the fifth one is due to manual records and everything sitting all over the place. Once you approach a bank or a financial institution for some capital or for some credit, then they're saying, oh, I don't think your business is making that much money, but you know you are. You don't have the records to prove it. So to solve this problem, what many business owners do is they turn to digital bookkeeping, right? And digital bookkeeping has a lot of benefits. One, you save a lot of time. You're not sitting and recording things in a book every single day with your pen and paper. You're going in with your phone, recording things in seconds, and everything's being calculated automatically for you. That saves a lot of time and reduces errors. The second is you keep track of every detail. So every record you have, you keep track. You don't forget anything. You can keep track of every single expense. If you spend 2 naira on food, you can quickly record it and go. The more mobile it is, the better. With the best of digital bookkeeping tools, you don't have to wait until the end of the month to understand your performance as a business, right? So many business owners or many tools today, they only give you monthly reports. Let's bring it back to Nigeria. In Nigeria today, inflation rate is like over 30%. If you're waiting until the end of the month to find out if you're in trouble, it might be too late. So you want a tool that gives you real-time feedback every single day that you can use to change your business every single day. The fourth point is that you can make better informed decisions with real-time information, and you can build a digital picture or digital DNA of your business from end to end, which helps you open up credit opportunities. So now that we've talked about that, there's many different tools, like I said. There's Xero, there's Zoho, there's QuickBooks, there's Excel, there's bookkeeping, and of course there's Cantant. So how do we pick a digital tool, right? And of course, we built Cantant. I'm the CEO of Cantant, so I'm biased, and I think Cantant is the best tool for business owners that they actually enjoy using and not like suffering through like some other tools because they're not accountants. But I'll be very honest and upfront in that even if you don't pick Cantant, I think you should think about these 5 factors when you decide on the tool that you use. 1, is it easy and is it easy for you to understand and use it? Do you actually enjoy using it? There's some apps that will ask you for 15 different fields to just record a simple sale. That could get annoying, especially if you sell a lot of products, right? We have some businesses on our platform that sell over 2,000, 3,000 different sales in a month. That could get very laborious for them. 2 is looking at their features and how they benefit you. They all don't do the same thing, and they all don't have the same thing. Some of them, like QuickBooks, Xero, Zoho, are pure accounting tools. They will do your accounting and that's it. Others, like bookkeeping, have invoicing. Others, like Cantant, kind of weaves in many different features to help you. It depends on what you're looking for. The third is how the tool helps you with your decision making. The fourth is cost, and the fifth is data security. I'm sorry, there's some background noise in my neighborhood. I'm really sorry about that. So now that we've talked about all of that, let's talk about Cantant, right? So Cantant, like was mentioned earlier, is we built this not to be yet another bookkeeping tool. It's hard for us to say we're bookkeeping because we do so many different things, right? And what we built this to be almost like if you hired your dream finance manager tomorrow, your dream AI manager tomorrow to manage your business for you. That's who Cantant is trying to be. So there's many things you can do. You can record everything in seconds. So your sales and expenses, record it very quickly on your phone. So you can add, okay, what did you sell? The payment details, customer details. You can even add delivery charge, discounts, taxes, etc. With expenses, you can quickly record expenses and categorize them in literally less than 10 seconds. You can also see your business performance in real time with detailed reports. So you can track your monthly cash balance, your monthly money in, money out. You can see your profits per product, not just your profit for your business, but your profit for every single product. So if you sold an Apple MacBook, you can see the profits for the month. If you sold a makeup service, you can see the profit for the month, etc. And with expenses, we can show you where your money goes, and you can see the trends over every month. So you can see, am I spending 100K more on equipment this month than last month? You can also automatically download financial reports for your business. So this, with everything you're recording, it's almost like a bank statement. It will literally auto-generate this. Sorry, let me just pause for a second and hope this. Okay, I might have to change locations. Please bear with me.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sure we
Okay.
can hear you as well.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Thanks for that. So I'm just going to continue. So yeah, you can download your own reports automatically. So instead of then have to add a month, they say they're closing their books. So they'll spend 2 or 3 days sitting source of less than 20 seconds on an app. All you have to do is download the reports. So many business owners love that as well. In a version that's coming soon, where right now we're mobile only, you can only use us on your phone. You can also use us on your laptop starting in January, where we would generate many different reports you can use as what's my best day to sell? Is it Tuesday? Is it Monday? What day is it? And within that, what's my best time to sell? So what time interval during the day do I sell the most? And you can use this to make decisions about, should I be in the shop? Should my staff be? Should I stock up more, etc. You can also up to 3 businesses. You can add them and we can compare the sales performance for you, so you know which business is your best performer. You can send invoices and receipts. People love the fact that they can add their brand. I think we have a question. Do we have? Okay. And so they can add their logo and match the color to their business. So they can send these customized invoices in one click from the app. You can add your payment details, you can add terms and conditions, and just click send, and it goes to the customer that you want it to go to. So do real-time inventory management. Real time, and when you sell and you're down to the last 3 or you stock out, we're sending you real-time notifications so you don't forget. You can track debtors. So if people are owing you, one thing Cantant does well is it will remind you before the amount you on the dates overdue. And once you click remind, it can actually draft a text for you to send to the customer on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on email. And they will just get an email saying, hello, your amount from this business, Yummy Drop, is overdue by 12 days. This is the transaction. Please set as possible. You can also rank your top customers. It's important to know where your sales are coming from so you can actually develop relationships with these people. So you can rank your top customers on the app automatically. We do this for you automatically. You don't have to do anything. But every time you sell and you add a customer information, basically creating a profile for that. Please see when we launch our desktop in January, you can not only see their name, their contact details, when they first bought from you, the full history of when they've ever bought from you, if they owe you, how much, and what their top items are. So that's good for business, because one thing businesses don't know is for new customers, but actually it's almost like 4 times cheaper to sell to a retained customer than to go and look for a new customer. So developing these relationships and understanding your customers is very key. And yeah, these are kind of our tools on the app. And I can pause here for you to read some of our reviews of business owners that we have all over the world. And we're not just in Nigeria. Well, I think Abuja is one of our big bases. We're not just in Nigeria, but we're all over the world as well. So every day we wake up and we're supporting business owners in the United States, in the UK, in South Africa, in Ghana, in Germany, everywhere. And that's pretty cool as well, and speaks to the benefit that business owners get from our platform. And yeah, so you can start your growth journey today. We are just building so much more, so much more, especially in the coming months. And if you want to start your journey today, you can basically open up your camera to take a picture of this QR code, and it should open up a download link for you. So I'll just leave it there while I open up for any questions. So you can ask me any question on business finances, on picking the right tool, on Cantant, anything at all that you want.
All right, thank you so much, Toby. Thank you so much. Before I say anything, I want to confirm, do we have any questions? You can, leave a chat or just raise your hand and I'll call you up in case you have a question. But I just want to say I'm really happy about the desktop version coming up, as in it's when you guys announced that January we'll be having the desktop version, it made me really happy. And because it has a wide variety of what I call it upgrades per se, just like what you said about tracking the top customers. We're a church community, and one of the things we prioritize is being gratitude. Gratitude is one of the things, especially when in the season where we talk about gratitude a lot. And in times like this, it's good to appreciate the people, just like you said. It's the return customers, the customers that appreciate those kind of people. And then it's just a beauty. Aside from the simplicity of the app, I can attest to that. I use the app. I've been using it for a long. Aside from the simplicity, is the fact that I can just go and see my top 10, 20 customers. And then, like you said, I see how much they've put into the business so far. It makes it like, oh, there's no way you can just close the year without at least, even if it's just a thank you note, thank you, we're grateful for this. It helps build our relationship as a business, because business thrives on relationships. It's not necessarily about we're buying from the best, it's about we're buying from the people we know. Let's say, and it's just beautiful work done here. And I'm not a financial expert. I did not study accounting, but I find it easy to use. I can track my records. I can pull up data from for probably in the past 6 months, in the past 12 months, and all that. I can easily see, okay, this is what we've made this. So it's like I said, maybe I'm also being biased as well, but it's a beautiful app. I would definitely recommend it to anybody out there. So I don't know if we'll have questions. I know we have business owners here, so please feel free to ask your questions, whether about managing finances or just about the Cantant app as well. And it is free, please. It is free. I just want to make mention of that. It is free to download and all, and then you will enjoy the features because we are trying to help businesses build their brands and all. And one of the things is money. So okay, maybe I'll just, since we're waiting for maybe they're just let me break the ice here. So I guess the question I want to ask is this: so you've made mention of, I think you've made mention of Zoho, because yeah, I've heard of Zoho, QuickBooks, and all, and then and but some of these apps, like, why? As of today, I know that the content is free. Will it still stay free, or do you guys have a plan to monetize, like, make it some sort of paid plan,
Yeah.
to build some sort of paid plan on it? So I just want to ask that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So we have grown. We realize that some businesses just need more. For instance, they want to use Cantant on their laptop. They want to add their stuff. They want to manage 3 businesses at the same time and from the same device and compare performance across both. It's those kind of advanced tools that will be free. That will be a paid subscription. However, unlike the other tools, we're not going to be charging you in USD or dollars. We'll be charging you in Naira, right? But there will be a paid monthly subscription for that. But for business owners who decide they want, they're okay enough with tracking money in, money out, inventory, some of those subsets of the app, those will be charged, and those will always be free. And for business owners who want more intelligence, from next year, for instance, sneak peek, you heard it here first, we're building you an actual AI assistant that would be able to optimize your inventory, or tell you, when some products you're selling or some services you're selling are slipping in profitability and being like, should we change the price? I recommend this price change, things like that. So for those kind of advanced tools, those would be a paid subscription fee.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. And you said something, because I believe it's not just a bookkeeping app per se. I remember coming across, I think sometime this year, I came across where you guys actually help register businesses. I'm just trying to be sure if that's accurate, or I think I came across something like that also. Whether you help or bank accounts or some sort of feature like that. Just trying to be clear on that.
For now, we don't.
Okay.
For now, we don't. It's something we're going to look into in the future in terms of value add services for our community. So whether it's business registration or tax preparation, or making sure you're compliant with all the things you need to be compliant with, etc., that would be a whole different service. But for now, we're just focused on the software itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify that. All right.
Yeah.
So people, please add. I believe we have business owners here that want to know more. So please, I'm not getting any question, or so I assume that we all understand, because nothing is coming up on my chat board here. So do I assume that we all understand about the Cantant app? So please feel free, download the app now. It's going to help you. At least even if the free version has a lot to offer. Oh, okay. Okay. Would you please, can you unmute and ask your question? Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes,
Tobi.
I
Good
can hear
morning.
you.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think she's still here.
Okay. Probably his network or so.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear you now.
Did you hear me? Sorry about that. I said, can a person with multiple businesses host 2 or 3
Not right
on
now,
Cantant?
starting in January, yes. But if one way people have gotten around this is they use
okay.
if they have 2 phones, for instance, they use their 2 devices. But what will also happen
Right.
from January is if you have existing 2 or 3 businesses on the Cantant app, you can then in reverse merge them into the same platform. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
So one of the features coming soon is being able to add your team. Can you please help us better understand when you say being able, like, so if you
Yeah.
add members of the team, like, how does that work? So
Yes, for sure. So we have created 3 roles, right? With varying levels of access because um, privacy and accountability and traceability is very important to business owners. You can't just give your information to everybody. And so we've created three distinct roles. And I'll go from top to bottom in terms of levels of access. So there's the partner. So let's say you have a business partner. Do you have a business partner in Yummy Drop?
yes, I have a business
Yeah.
partner.
So you have a business partner, you want him to see him or her to see everything that's happening in the business in real time. The only thing he can do is delete you as the originator of the account. So that's a problem, right? But he can see all the reports, etc. Then you have a manager. This is your, let's say you have a store manager. He will be able to, do transactions, see how the business is doing, but he won't be able to see some reports. Right? The reports are just for you, the business owner. And then we have the staff level of permission. With a staff, the only thing they can do is record sales and expenses, and that's it. They don't see customer information, they don't see debtor information, they don't see anything else. And so with these 3 levels, one thing we're also building in is something called store mode and privacy mode. Because with store mode and privacy mode, you will then be able to block out your inventory value, your total transactions, even if people are using a central store device. So we're building a lot of things in for you to not only add people, but control what they see and do, because we know that's very important for business owners. And with the business owner themselves, when somebody in this universe, whether a partner, staff, or manager, adds a sale, you get a push notification. When they record an expense, you get a push notification that you have to approve. Because sale is different. Sale is okay, you sold something, you either sold it or you didn't. With expense approvals or expenses, the owner themselves, whether it's a partner, staff, manager, the owner has to click approve or reject for that to be recorded within the ecosystem. So we're pretty excited. We've been testing this for almost a year now. We've had a lot of mistakes and we've learned a lot from the mistakes. And we're pretty excited to roll this out starting in January.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really, I think it also helps a lot because on the staff level, at least it can help them keep track of the inventory at least. And one thing I appreciate about the Cantant app and the team is how quick you guys are to resolve issues. Because I know at least twice I've been able to contact your team and then to help with this issue. And so is there, because one thing in Nigeria is we have this consistency issue, especially as brands get bigger, it now becomes quite difficult to sort out things. Sometimes we'll now start hearing 7 working days and all that. But it's like you guys are quick to fix stuff now. Are we to expect that as you expand, and then are we still to that DD fast?
That's a fantastic question. And the way I will answer that is we have 14,000 businesses on our platform right now, and there's still no customer service rep. Me and Didi, who's on the call, we're the customer service rep. And I have a dedicated phone just for this because it matters a lot to me when a customer message takes time out of their day. You don't have to, you can uninstall the app, it's not by force. But for you to take time out of your day to message me and say, or to message us on Instagram or send us an email, or some people, I don't know how they find my WhatsApp number. They just find it, and now we're friends. They just find it and they're sending me video recordings. For people to do that, that means we need to take it very seriously. So I don't know the point in which this will break. Maybe it's 50,000, 100,000 users where I'm like, okay, it's enough. But for now, we're the closest. I, as a CEO, I see every single email. I see every single DM. DD sees every single one. And when we're replying, it's us. It's not some AI bots or some customer service rep. So that consistency in customer experience is very important to me. Whether or not every transaction you do is 1 million or every transaction you do is 500 naira, I don't really care. At the end of the day, we promised you an experience and we have to deliver that. So yes, as we grow, we will start to scale. But for me, my job as a CEO is to make sure that we kind of build that customer experience into our DNA. yeah, so it's right to ask whether or not it will break down, but for now it's not broken down, and everyone tells me to go and hire a customer service team because
Yeah.
14,000 people with many different languages try to speak to us sometimes, and it's a bit crazy, but it's the best way we can be as close as possible to our customers, and so it works right now. We're just going to keep it like that.
Yeah. Well, amen to that. And please, so that you do not break down as well, please. When it gets to that point,
It's my
it's important.
KPI. It's my KPI for 2025.
All right. Hi. Hello to Didi. Thanks for being part of here. And, even I also want to say this, I think, to the members of the Enterprise Hub here, like, even if you don't want to, maybe you already have something you're using, a QuickBook or something, you should follow the Cantant on their Instagram. And, well, I know about Instagram, I don't know about other platforms, because you have this podcast with Didi where you talk to businesses about, different, I find that really like therapeutic because it helps me understand even your journey. You also tell us your journey as well and how you left your. I think one of the podcasts I enjoyed most about how you left your job to start that and all. So it's interesting, and I will really encourage business owners here to just check out the podcast and all because it's all about business. It's all about growing businesses and all. So yeah, I don't know. We seem not to be getting any, so I want to assume. And also, please, our numbers greatly diminished today. Will I say, fortunately or unfortunately, our pastor, Reverend David Ogwedi, he booked a mentorship session today, so most of our people are on ground there. So unfortunately, but happily, this is a recorded version. This is something that is recorded, and I'm sure that after this session, they'll definitely get on our platform to, get to see it again because it's really important. And a lot of people have been saying, "Hey, we're really happy you're bringing this in." But unfortunately, there was this sort of shadow clash. But then we can't. We know your time you're a busy person and your time is precious, so we couldn't push it any. We just must do it. We must do it either way, even if it's just one or two of us that shows up. Like, but I want to say thank you for
for
joining
having
me.
us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. So
I can
someone
add
is
the link
asking.
to the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Please. That's so. Yeah. So the Cantant app, like I said, you can also follow them on Instagram, and enjoy. Aside from the app, like I said, there's just a lot of information. Be part of. Just follow the podcast and all, and you will learn a lot. Like I am learning a lot when it comes. So I want to say thank you because I don't know how you guys do it, but thank you so much for the
Thank
time.
you.
And
No,
thank you.
thank you for bringing us here. It's always, your brother can be like you have a great app or your family member, but when somebody that doesn't know you says, I believe in this, it's always very validating as a business owner. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. But like I said, I really love what the experience so far. I started, I was using something different last year. So I won't call any names, so it just went out of. So I was quite frustrated December. I was trying to figure out. Then I think it was just I was on this Telegram channel, and then someone said Cantant. I should check out Cantant and also. That was December. I downloaded the Cantant app, and I was like, "Wow, this fine." I said, "Was like how beautiful the interface is, by the way."
Yeah.
And from there, how simple and all. But kudos to you and the team.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the work you guys are doing to help us businesses.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to believe that we've all gotten enough of this. So I'll copy this and then I'll post it on our platform so that you can please download the link and also follow them on Instagram and also. I think for now, since there's no more question. So Tobi, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it and all. And then and also one thing I miss is that you accepting to do this, I thought that maybe something will have to write a long letter and then
no.
How many months? Because I know how busy you can be.
When you're the CEO and the social media manager, you see all the DMs, so you can just decide quickly.
So thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing
worries
this for us. And hopefully we can have you physically with us because we have this career and enterprise summit we do on a yearly basis, and where we bring in professionals and industry leaders to to come talk to our people, and also expect me in your email. That's just what I'm trying
I'll
to
look
say.
forward to it. Thank you so much.
All right, now.
All right,
Thank you,
bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you for bye.